All right, welcome back here to the third game of 5 tonight. I'm Egad. Joining me here is going to be Studio. We're going to be bringing you Team 8 taking on 7 Wars Lyon, and it should be a very fun game. We're going to have all 6 bands here. We're going to get into Champion Select as
I mean, all 6 bands, we have subs for Team 8. They're using their rostered subs. It's subs being used and no bands. You do not know how happy this makes me feel.
Just get you all like those butterflies in your stomach. Just,
Yes. Like, finally, we've reached that day. We've reached that moment.
The threshold, achievement unlocked. But all right, so we're going to see Evelyn from Thiak. He's had phenomenal performances on that Evelyn jungle. We're going to see Lee Sin away from him as well. You know, Porky can play a top, if anything. Lulu taking a while. That's pretty much a global ban now. Like, you need to ban Lulu and Kha'Zix. I think those are the main 2 for at least this meta that people have made. And then the Nidalee going to be taken away from that mid there, who is, God, this screen's so strong, so short here. It's made in Africa, I think?
In Africa,
made in
yes.
Africa, there we go. But if you don't know, we're casting for a monitor, and it's really tiny in the words.
It's like the Champion Select specifically. It's like we have really small player names, unfortunately.
We can barely see the champion names. You have to go off picture. So it's Elise as well down there. Still, even after she received an Earth, still seeing those bans. Pretty good jungler nonetheless. And
Kha'Zix, all right. I'm happy for the Kha'Zix just because he is that first pick material. It's taken me a couple games going like, Pantheon's really good. The Pantheon's good, but that Kha'Zix guy, every single game.
Just get him out of here.
Once he gets level 6, he does more single target damage than Pantheon. He has a stealth, so he can still sneak up on people, and the leap for good engage. It's just so efficient, so effective. We might see a first pick Pantheon now, but of course there's a lot of viable champions available. Caitlyn, if you want to go for the safer AD carry, for example, and good old Gator if you want to go for the more common top laner.
I can understand like a Pantheon pick. You know, you don't give away anything like, all right, that's obviously jungle. Let's see what they pick up. If they pick up, you know, ADC support or like jungle ADC, then it's like, all right, we'll do the same. We already have our ADC. We'll go support ADC and see what we give up. So Vi could be something, a comfort pick for SJC Guess, who was Guess 8, to change his name back, and should be locked in there. And
I mean, it's a jungler. It's kind of the same.
But why not like Pantheon? Why not Oh wait, Lee Sin's got. Oh, actually, that's 4 jungle bans.
That's a lot of heavy jungle bans, really. It's most of them coming out from Team 8 actually. So they could be trying to predict 7 Wars Lyon. We'll see what Lyon actually ends up picking for the jungle. This would be a good time to pick it if they feel they want to if they don't want to reveal anything. If they want to go for the OP picks, though, like there aren't actually that. There is no OP picks because Lulu's banned actually. But there aren't any 2 overwhelmingly dominant champions, except maybe Pantheon, but he's fallen off a little bit because Kha'Zix is so strong.
Ziggs is pretty strong.
He's like he's like a core. I'd say he's not like overwhelmingly
He'll
OP.
decide your comp.
Yeah.
Pretty much. If you're looking to siege, if you're looking to poke out a lot, so we'll see if anybody goes for that kind of composition. While Renekton gets hovered over, they swap it out. Look for the Morgana Lucian combo bot lane. That's a pretty scary combo. We don't see it all too often, but binding hits. You're level 6. Cuddling comes out, and they're going to have a really rough time when they're stunned up there for 2 seconds after it's like maxed up in the levels.
That's a rough combination. Lucian is, of course, one of the very mobile champions because of his dash, and the fact that it removes slow makes him effective, but there's so much control you have in your mobility, in your movement. Graves being looked at right now. I like Graves, but not feeling Graves. Graves kind of loses to Lucian pretty hard.
Yeah, he has the smaller attack range. He really has to rely on Buckshot to harass out and get the auto attacks. His base AD isn't that bad at all, especially when you start Doran's Blade. But then there comes to the fact that, like, you get poked out by Piercing Lights far away. Lucian's farming safely in the back. Morgana could look for bindings, then you have a rough time. Her passive's good for trading, too. Stacks up 10 times, gets the extra Arbor Magic Resist.
I mean, they're both...
They locked it in.
They locked it. All right, let's see how this goes. So
all right, Maple, show me.
And Lucian are both kind of caster 80s.
Yeah.
Like
the Buckshot collateral damage.
Yeah, Buckshot collateral damage. A lot of damage. You Smokescreen, too. It's actually pretty good damage, but...
That blind is annoying, too.
That blind's very, very annoying. But the issue is really going to be that Lucian's also an AD caster with more range, and more range on his spells, more importantly. So Lucian has all the lane control, but Graves, if he can do a lot of burst damage very quickly in response, just like Lucian, doesn't have to worry about weaving in auto attacks, actually. So he's more upfront with his burst. That can really punish someone like Lucian, who also doesn't receive any good defense from the damage. Of course, he's immune to CC because of Black Shield, but all that physical damage going in, you don't need the CC if you burst someone down instantly.
You do not. So the Zyra combination with that is looking to pop off the Black Shield early, but, you know, if it stops a root and a slow plant, then, you know, he's going to be able to get out just fine, even with that dash. The Stranglethorn's going to be pretty big for the fight. They could be setting up for Yasuo. Like,
ooh, there
is 2 knockups so far. Well, the Vaultbreaker counts as one, too. The Assault and Battery and the Stranglethorn, they're kind of guaranteed ones. And they lock in Wukong for the jungle for Thiak and Renekton top for Porky.
I like that Wukong just because it's the denial. Like, if they do feel to Yasuo comp, you're calling it now, they might see it themselves and just say, wait, we have to stop this right now by picking the Wukong up. Wukong, of course, also works really well with Renekton because there's a lot of armor reduction. Not penetration, reduction from both those champions. Slice and dice, as well as the crushing blow from Wukong means you will just shred armor. No really way to survive that damage. You have to get out of a fight. You cannot stand up to the 2v1.
I really hope they pick Zillion and swap the level block out for something else. Zillion's passive is so good that XP is globally. Still one of the few global ultimates.
Zillion top lane. Come on, just
I've done it before against Teemo. Teemo can't do anything. Just drop bombs.
Zillion's actually one of the best laners in the game because bombs have amazing range. Like, it is phenomenal.
If you ever get a kill in that lane too, that XP, that 8%,
that's increased.
You're just like bam, level 2.
You just skyrocket ahead.
All right, so it's gonna be Kale and LeBlanc as the final 2 picks there. Looking for invulnerability, looking for a lot of poke with the Q, as well as some armor and magic resist with the reduction coming in from the E activation, that ranged auto attack. Unless they changed it, I forgot what it was. They changed her so long ago, I haven't even remembered. I haven't seen a Kale in forever either.
I mean, she's a strong champion. She still sees play, but not a whole lot in the NACL.
Yeah, not bad against Renekton.
Not bad. No, Gator definitely has a lot of issues. I mean, Gator can outburst her if he slices in, but Slice has a long cooldown.
Yeah.
He has to dice out as well, and he can still be punished as he leaves the fight. So it's not a bad lane for Kale at all. Actually, Renekton used to just lose a lane outright. This was a long time ago, though. Now it's a little bit more even. Renekton can still, he can hold his own, but it's still very dangerous, very risky.
All right, so possibly looking for Zed or Ziggs there. Zed from Saya yesterday, he had a phenomenal performance on that champion. He went like 10-1. Everyone was calling him the faker of Mexico there. So looking for that, and the Ziggs is going to be locked in. We're going to be swapping everything up. See the final orders. It's going to be top Kale and mid LeBlanc. I've seen top LeBlanc from Rux before, so wouldn't be too surprising. These are the final lineups.
It's pretty cool comps overall. Definitely different from both sides. Seeing some old combination from Lyon to Renekton Wukong. It's been a while since we've seen that, but that was essentially week 1, week 2. Lots of Gators, lots of monkeys teaming up together to unleash quite a bit of power.
Wukong week madness coming in there.
And Graves, dude, he's back. He's back for at least one game, and I like seeing Graves. He's a fun champion. That burst is so good.
I wonder if he's using Pool Party Graves. We'll have to see.
Pool Party Ziggs. Really, that's... Oh, we could have the pool party matchup right now.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. So while we wait to find out what that matchup's going to be, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we'll have this game loaded up for you guys. But first, check out the sponsors down below. They're pretty sick. There's a Loot Crate, $13.37 a month. You get a nice little crate delivered to your door, the latest gamer, geek, swag, apparel, and goodies. They have, from this month's crate that already went out, you could check out the Attack on Titan manga that they sent, as well as Attack on Titanfall shirt. So that's pretty cool. Also, the Phoenix peripherals. You can check them out at phoenixcollection.com. You can check out the latest, greatest, and I was going to say bestest. But
the bestest. Why not? They deserve
the bestest mice, headsets, keyboards, and mouse pads on the market to find. And what are the other two?
Oh, we got Low Class, which is a great way for you and your friends and peers to get educated by some of your favorite LCS and Challenger pros. They will go into an hour-long class where a pro, like for example Hotshot GG, could teach a champion like LeBlanc. It's a really cool system. You get to ask your questions, and the pros will answer them directly. And it's a very, very interactive way to learn the ins, the outs, the exploits, how you beat a champion, how you survive as a champion, how to play them all, really. And of course, there's Monster Cat, who are providing us with some of their fantastic tunes. Go ahead, check out Monster Cat. They've got some great licks. But with that, we're going to go ahead, take a quick break, make sure everyone loads in nice and safe. Hopefully no pauses come out, but if they do, we'll have to keep on holding on. But regardless, in a bit, we're going to have a teammate going up against 7 Worlds Lyon here at the North American Challenge.
That will see you brighter day. when I see you in the morning? Will you still want to be true? I can dream, I can dream that we'll see a brighter day.
And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. Well, I can dream that we'll see a brighter day. I can see in your ways that we're through.
We don't care what they say, we will be here all day. We'll stay here till it's over.
All right, welcome back here to Game 3 of tonight. It's going to be Team 8 taking on 7 Wars Lyon. I'm Mika. Going to be joining here is Studio as we see some interesting and fun comps coming through from Maple Street, playing on from Lomo Street as the Graves.
Yeah, it's a Graves. Like I feel like I could end my commentary there. It's a Graves.
Graves.
That's pretty weird. But Graves is still a fun champion. He's got a lot of really cool aggression. I want to see how they just survive his range disadvantage in lane, as he is a very, very short range. Only 525. California Trolls, though, going to make some friends.
All right, takes a bunch of damage from Thiak there. He did level up that dash. Going to be putting in a lot of pain there with the attack speed and the damage he outputs already. Looking for more. Chasing down on the California Trolls. Alsea finds a palm in onto SJC Guess there, who was formerly Guess 8. So now they back out. The invade kind of gets spotted out early, and they'll just go back, lose nothing from either side. No flashes burned, no spells coming out, and it might be actually be an early lane swap indicated here for Ian and Nerzul.
Yeah, they're still camping out up top. Unfortunately for Kale, she does not have the best mitigation early levels, so that chase from Wukong, incredibly efficient, just effective damage coming onto him. They could try to land a root onto Seiya, but Seiya backs out of the brush at the perfect moment. Not even on purpose. That was just kind of, I'm going to walk around, laugh, and toss out some bombs. Some casual Ziggs movement actually keeps his life really safe. I mean, if he moved towards that bottom part of the jungle, he could have been rooted out, forced to flash. Probably would have survived, but still that cooldown burned.
All right, so we're looking for possibly some blue harass here. They think that Guess is going to start that blue, but he's actually starting at red. So they could look for a blue steal, if anything, or they might end up running into, California Trolls from that top side of the map, who is warding
they will.
red? He's warding red, yeah.
He's looking for it.
Huh.
So they're going to go for the blue harass. They're going to duck out right now. California Troll going through the river. He's going to walk into both Morgana and Lucia. They should spot each other right about now. And the zoning let it begin early on.
Well, actually, they're kind of just going into the lane already. You guys can't see it. The axe still blue, though. And a bunch of harass goes into Made in Africa there in that mid lane. And they actually forced California Trolls to take the river into the tri-brush back underneath the turret to get up. So he could be pretty much in the same position.
I mean, he's missing some experience, but he would also already be missing some experience. Morgana's not the best 1v2 harasser.
If she hits binding, she is.
Well, yeah, if she lands a binding. So just like straight up auto attacks, like you expect a lot of other supports, she's not that great at it. Kind of like Tarek, who runs up and kind of zones up through aggression. Morgana's the same thing. Like, I have him binding, I'm scary, back off.
I wonder, was Porky really scared of that matchup against California Trolls? Because Trolls has played unorthodox champions and beaten Porky in the top lane before, so...
Trolls is a phenomenal player, so it could have been a little bit of fear. Could have been actually just wanting to, I'd say, not fight the Graves matchup, because it's definitely also an experimental matchup bot lane. There's a lot of just kind of weird, unorthodox picks really across the entire game, and that's kind of affecting the matchups and lineups in lane.
And Espelthi's edges were picked up for both sides, so already seeing that pool from Nazul pick up 15 gold off of that, getting all 3 charges in 1 split second there. And it's really fun to see these aggressive AP supports now coming out. We do have Thiak looking for a possible gank down bot. There's no word to spot about. Dodo's going to look to go for this right now. Has double buffs. Red. Oh no, he drops the stealth. Gets in with that crushing blow. Shredding the armor. Going to flash after this one. Auto attacks and red buff coming through. First blood comes up for Thiak while Lomo Street now going to look to kite in. Does not find the passive from Zyra. Slicing and dicing through Porky. Going to give up the chase on that one. I'm surprised. Oh, well, Porky is level 2. He did. Is he level 3? Yeah, he's level 3. He could have looked for a stun into like a Call of the Meek and shredded some armor with that dice, but they decided not to. Keep it safe and get the 1 free kill.
I mean, unfortunately, Zyra, not a very mobile champion. Her root, even if she does land it, it's only 0.75 seconds at level 1, I believe, which is it's not really enough to stop someone like Wukong. So there's not a whole lot Zyra could do to keep herself alive in that situation. I believe she doesn't even have the root at level 2. At least you didn't see it. Oh, actually, she already cast it. This might have been a cooldown.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. She tried to cast it at the act, did connect. Flashed right after. So chase him down. Easy kill.
It's just like Wukong is a mobile champion. Zyra's a squishy AP-oriented mage originally, and she still has the stats left over from that. Incredibly squishy, no good mitigation against that gank. So unfortunate for him, but great chase from the monkey.
It's kind of like before the nerfs where we saw like Doran Shield Zyra's just dominate lane, and then they nerfed her a little bit with her damage on the Q, and people just started to be like, eh. And now,
like, wait,
now you can build
she's
AP.
she's actually very killable.
Yeah.
The spell you said to start, it is risky in that sense. You can still easily get doped and killed, but that harass is so much more efficient, and it's also great money.
Yes. Lots of extra money they made from that, especially in a 1v2. You can find some little harass coming in. Lomo Street looks for some auto attacks on the turret, trying to do what they can, but they're connected at this point. Able to actually sustain through that lane. While Ner'zhul looks for some harass from the pool, can't really find anything. And now we have Thiak heading down again. That brush was not warded. Dodo not able to spot this one out. He's going to come in stealth. Stun comes out, Ignite goes in from Lomo Street. Going to look to turn around. Gets hit by the crushing blow as well as that Nimbus Strike. And will he be able to get the Nimbus Strike up in time is the question. Got a couple more seconds on that one. He's trying to juke away, but it gives him time to get Nimbus Strike up, dropping a ward, and just finding another kill for himself. That's the start of a Wukong snowball.
This is the Wukong snowball. We mentioned it even last game,
monkey
actually.
ball.
Yeah, the monkey ball, super monkey ball has begun. Let's see if we can roll to the banana.
It's a speed race.
It's a speed run.
Speed run.
Yeah, we're going to see just Thiak get cut the Cosmo. But, I mean, this is a great start, and especially this time on the Dodo 8. He's just so squishy to slice the dice. An easy kill. Unfortunately, Zara's passive could not trigger in time, so we're not going to just walk right on out of there.
Find the Vex in there, get some Ardent Blaze harass, and Thiak having a wonderful performance on this jungle. When he gets someone he's comfortable on, he really starts to shine. Like when he gets Evelyn and apparently Wukong, those are some champions he's pretty good on. Now from Lomo Street spawns, coming back into this lane, has tier 2 boots. Gonna chase him out here. The problem is, can he actually slow up Wukong's base movement speed? Needs a few more auto attacks, and it looks like he has to give up the chase, and Thiak will be able to get out of there.
Wukong is a relatively fast champion. Graves is a pretty slow champion in comparison, so unfortunately the chase is not quite enough. He did use a dash to get in, which he needed to, but really not a whole lot to be earned from it. Top turret going down. He comes by, though.
Looks for the knockup because the Black Shield will come on top of that one. A bunch of damage going into California Trolls. Ignite on top of that one. Ignite. Oh, he gets his level 6. Gets the invulnerability. Flashes, but not through the wall. So auto attacks coming from Ian. Picks up the kill. Looking for kills on a guess, though. Gets the piercing lights as well as auto attacks. He's kiting around, but he gets hit by Vaultbringer. Barriers up some of the damage. Gets shredded by those denting blows. Leads the flash away, but no mana on guess. He's going to be able to get out is the question. Oh, that auto attack came in. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Never mind.
Wait, not enough,
silence.
I mean, one auto attack will do it. He's kind of wasting some time now. There we go. Made in Africa finally shows up.
It's like a fruity pebble that comes out of there. It's just the purple pebble. It's like,
that did cost him a flash, though, so they actually do get a lot of summoners out of the exchange. It is a 1 for 2. Top turret does go down, though. Lomo Street being chased down by the Gator.
A simple root comes out, though, slows him down for a little bit, and roots him in place. So Lomashri's able to kite around from that one, while Dodo getting some data back, looking to see if they want to chase any further. He's at about a half HP, so a little dangerous for Porky. Thiak, though, going to look for a possible red steal and fight against Guess or California Trolls, who is actually roaming over there. So they might be looking for a reverse lane swap.
Now, this is going to be interesting, but Thiak not level 6 yet, so Wukong, you really look for his level 6 ganks to show a lot of presence. He's done a lot early on just because he's able to very efficiently chase down both from Maple Street and Dodo 8. But he's still behind in experience. We could see another play come out from Vi right about now, and they don't have a good counter for it, so Wukong just won't have level 6. So that Assault and Battery could be huge. For a blue buff, might be enough. No, not quite. So this is a good time for Team 8 to make something happen,
I think
as they have fallen a little bit behind.
I think Off Wolves will be able to simply get that Whirlwinds and be able to make some fights happen. Guess level 6 as well. Looking for possibly the Dragon, like you said. Everybody's hovering around there.
He's still not 6. He needs a white, actually.
All right.
Like,
so
he's taken quite a long time, but
he's
he
like,
hasn't
is this
gone
enough?
for the ganks
No?
yet.
Oh, no.
He's spent a lot of time camping bot lane. The chase onto the Renekton, though. Slice does connect. Will it be the dice? Well,
fine.
yeah, they're going to be able to casually walk on out of there.
The thing is, though, he's got 3 kills. I'm surprised that, Guess got level 6 beforehand.
Well, he did get a lot of experience from the 2v2 top lane.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of time spent camping bot lane. Yeah, he gets that experience.
Okay, so this is going to be a huge
it's going to be
fight.
huge.
All right, so if he looks for a stealth and gets at least 3 people knocked up, then they could find the Super Mega Bomb on top of that one. But, plants the zone away, as well as Guess getting that Dragon with the Smite. That'll be the first Dragon of the game. Over to Team 8. Saya looking for some poke, though. Trying to make their escape a little bit more pesky.
A little bit more cost, a little bit more deadly. I could always try and set up a little bit more poke. His ultimate is on cooldown, though. I mean, they could have gone for that fight, but I can understand why they'd be a little bit cautious about it. Fighting into LeBlanc, into Kale. They have many ways to disperse when Wukong goes for the ultimate.
Yes.
And if the team gets out, well, it's a monkey spinning in a circle, and you can very easily be punished and bursted down.
Oh, California Trolls going to be the target for this one. Gets knocked up, but a nice Divine Intervention to heal to speed himself up. But Ian chasing this one down, but Thiak on a rampage finds the kill, looking for another Nibber Strike to the wall. Is he going to be able to find it? Assault Battery comes through, goes in on to Saya, who will be able to pick up the kill there. The figure of Mexico coming through on that Ziggs pick. And now a blue steal. So really good wards and rotation from Thiak and Saya.
Wards, rotation, timing, they have it all with those pickoffs. Renekton the bot lane, forced to pop dominance, trying to clear the wave. He's okay, though. This is kind of what we saw.
It's
like
really
earlier from us.
surprising that he hasn't lost his turret yet. This is like
he's
really
holding,
strong.
and that's okay. He's missing CS because they're pressuring him, but he's still doing fine. He's still getting quite a bit. He's keeping the turret alive. He's giving up that global gold, forcing Lucian and Zyra to save bot, or Graves and Zyra to save bot lane. Just trying to focus on staying alive. The Axe, though, in a lot of danger.
Oh, Ignite's going to shut him down, though. That's going to be a kill to California Trolls. Gets the shutdown. That's a lot of extra gold he needs. And Made in Africa looking to chase after what else he can, but cannot find Lucian or Morgana there. While Porky just dives in front of the turret, does not care about the damage. Heals off Call of the Meek, looking fine. The chase goes downhill. They get the slow onto Ian. Will they be able to catch him out the ball breaker is the question. Binding comes out, does end up connecting. Bouncer bombs coming through.
Whoa!
Wow, he just melted there. Shackle comes in on top of that one. The Black Shield to block out some of the block damage. Guess is doing what he can, but it cannot find a kill onto Ian. They chase after this one. Made in Africa drops a ward, so it gives away his position there. Bouncing bombs, gonna get juked out there. He turns around looking for the double distort and finds Ner'zhul. Cannot juke away as Saya picks up the kill with the red buff and auto attacks. So cheeky little play, gets himself a kill at least, but that's still a 2-for-1 overall.
And plus, they also got the top turret in that push. The Act did go down way at the beginning of that, but that long extended chase, we're seeing the damage really kind of grow right now for Seven Worlds of Lyon. They have Ziggs really scaling well into the mid game. Now has the Athenes and Holy Grail, which is really solid for this damage because there's not a lot of magic resist for pretty much all of Team 8. Like, the only defensive items I can see are a Sight Stone for the HP, and really that's about it over on Team 8. So they don't have good mitigation versus Ziggs. And normally Ziggs can be weak versus a lot of mid laners. Lyon has get that much damage.
Wow.
He's scaling well right now. Thiak actually just being punished by this. This is what Kale does well versus Renekton. On the way out, you just get punished so hard. And Wukong kind of the same deal.
Yeah. So he got kited around there. He's like, I can't fight this any further, even with an all magic mantle. So looking for some early magic resist, maybe a Hex Drinker, maybe just for his boost for Merc Treads, for any kind of CC. Gonna see a pink ward in there, replace it with another pink ward, and he'll kill that one off very quickly. Made in Africa might poke for a little bit, but he doesn't want to get blown up there. While Ner'zhul looks for something down bot, cannot find the binding. Pink ward does not get taken down. Saya, though, gonna get knocked in by that 2 chains and the assault and battery. So it will be the shutdown over to Made in Africa, and Team 8 picking up these shutdowns. That's huge for them.
I mean, it's focused, concentrated gold. It's not going to get the entire team back into the game, but getting the shutdowns means, you know what, it's what, 400, 500 gold for LeBlanc.
Yep.
Some good assist gold now coming out to Vi as well. It means they're much stronger. Oh, Sun onto from Lomo Street, though.
But Guess is there for the counter gate. They do not get a knockup with that Stranglethorn, though. Porky going to get blown up. Nice flash from Lomo Street. Does find that one, while Ian going to chase down, gets the culling kill, and the Ardent Blaze dashes forward, gets the Ardent Blaze and the Piercing Light for the kill, while a knockup on a Guess comes in from the Cyclone form that Wukong. They do find a triple kill for Ian. Maybe going to be a quadra as Made in Africa looking for something. Binding comes out, does not connect, but Ian is going crazy this fight. Goes big, gets a quadra kill, and that'll be the turret and a 4 for 2 in favor of Seven Wars Lyon.
Just fantastic
Quadra
follow-up.
kill.
The quadra kill, it's 4 for Lucian, who's now incredibly powerful. We've been mentioning how strong Ziggs is, how strong Wukong is, but all of Lyon just kind of powering up at the same time. That was an awesome play just for the constant chase. They knew they had the advantage. They knew that they were sacrificing Porky with the dive, really, once California Troll showed up. But with the chase, with the kill from the culling, resetting the dash for Lucian, they're able to really punish and just give so much gold to Ian now.
That was really good for him, and with that BT finish, that can only mean that he's going to pick up a Trinity Force or... Oh, yeah, that's the deal. Okay, so he's going for Trinity Force, maybe a PD, if anything, goes an unorthodox, Lucian build. But that was crazy coordination coming in there. They just gave up on... I forget who died. I think not Nerzel, Porky died. They were like, oh, Porky died. Oh, no. But Ian's like, I'm getting all this free damage. I'm going to keep going in. I got the culling.
It's that Lucian mid-game caster build, really. Like, he has a Bloodthirster now, has his heal to back that up, but he does so much just really solid burst damage with his Piercing Light and his follow-up from the passive. Like, almost, those 2 skills alone gives him solid burst, but then you factor in pretty much everything else. He does the Ardent Blaze and the culling for finish up and follow-up. It just needed a little bit of damage to chain everyone down. It's kind of like really picking them off one by one. Like, Morgana chained down, I believe, Vi. Lucian was kind of picking off Zyra off to the side, then kind of finishing off Graves with the reset from the dash. Very cool, very effective.
Very, very effective. This pink ward battle has still been going on for quite a while. There was 1 hit left on it, and they finally took it out. And now they're looking for the Baron, not Baron, Dragon, as it has 10 seconds left on its respawn. So going to be seeing which team wants to get it. While Dodo getting blown up there. Nice dodging coming in. The culling! The fadeaway culling at that. And they will pick up that kill. A nice little snipe in there from Ian. They look for California Trolls, though. SJC Guest comes in from the side. Assault Battery chains everything. They blow it all to pick up Seiya. And Seiya and Sia, they will be backing out with that free kill.
The bag out with a free kill, but it looks like Dragon now being attempted by Seven Wars Lyon.
That's not a free kill, though. That's a loss in a global objective. Excuse me.
That's the cost. They spent a lot focusing him down. Also, that time spent mid lane means Lyon just rotates, picks up the Dragon. Like, all right, we lost Seiya. Like you said, see you to him. I love Seiya, but I'd say his death definitely worth that Dragon pickup. So also, the spree's still not on him anymore, as he's already given that up and hasn't picked up any kills. But everyone's really powering up right now for Lyon, as we do see the chase onto Porky. Chains connect, get some good damage onto him. I mean, of course, chains now much harder to actually sustain once targets get out of range. Compared to before, where it was like a mile away. Double distortion for the chains, just ends up dying to Gator damage right after.
Like, oh no, what have I done?
But I mean, like, look at the great scaling. Like, we have Porky, he's not gone for any AD, but he's not there to be the aggressive diving Renekton. He's there to dive and get the stun off, letting Yak, letting Ziggs and Lucian get really good follow-up right afterwards. He's the set of the fight setup, because it's all about Yak really getting the good ultimates off that sets everything else up. He's incredibly tanky now. Diak has great damage with the Spirit Yellow Lizard, and the Hex Recruit already finished. It's enough to survive a lot of that Magic Burst from Kale and LeBlanc, which honestly, that would be what I'm most scared of as Wukong. Vi's kind of scared, but she still has to ult into his ultimate, so she'll get knocked up the second Assault Battery finishes.
That should be pretty fun. The chains you see from Team 8, though, like, they have so much potential to, like, turn a team fight around. If a Stranglethorn knocks up 1 or 2, and you just see, like, LeBlanc and Vi go in, Kale falls up with, like, an invulnerability on top of LeBlanc, and she just can't take damage, could be huge for a fight.
I want to see LeBlanc AoE, like one of those kite fights.
Double distortion.
Double distortion is some of the best AoE damage in the game. It's no laughing matter. But you have to get that really small team fight. But with the grouping coming out from Renekton, Wukong, and possibly Morgana for that chase, that might be who gets blown up by LeBlanc AoE. It's going to be rough for them, but their pickoff potential has been huge so far. Like, they kill into, say, a mid lane. They have great single target CC that can easily be chained, literally with chains.
Yeah, 2 chains at that. So Ian bought an early red pot, too, to go with his Phantom Dancer. So he looks for a little bit of spike in damage with that, some extra health, too, so he can duel even better. He's a full item ahead of Lomo Street right now, or Maple Street. We'll call him that for the sake of the name change. So he's been farming up excellently. He's got 6 kills from Lomo Street though. He's keeping his deaths at a minimum. We're gonna see an initiation here on the guess. He's gonna get knocked up by the Cyclone. Auto attacks come out, but Saya gonna get that one stolen away. The Yak kill stealing him and stacking up his kills as he is 5 and 2 from that jungle.
Poor Vi. This is the more common Vi build where you go for a lot of damage, but it means that you're caught out at all unless you do get the Vault Breaker out of there. You're essentially dead. And getting a Vault Breaker versus Ziggs and Wukong, almost impossible just due to the knockups and CC. Still, Vi can do a lot of burst damage if she initiates a fight, but getting caught out is deadly for any member of teammate right now. Trying to hold this turret going to be dangerous. Wukong ultimate is on up, so that gives him a nice little bit of safety from that. However, if Binding lands, there's too many bombs do connect. That's an easy dive from 7 Wars Lyon.
Meanwhile, California Trolls having a show with Porky there, just poking him out with that Holy Fervor. Is that the buff? That
Righteous Fury.
Righteous Fury, there we go. I keep thinking it's Holy Fervor for some reason. But yeah, the Righteous Fury just shredding away that armor, just completely demolishing with those attacks, especially with the Nashor's Tooth on top of that one. Looks like he's looking for a Zanya's Hourglass as his next item. But distorting over the wall does not find the channel to Ner'zhul. Cannot pop the Black Shield. Meanwhile, Binding comes out, does not connect, and they'll be forced to disengage. I'll let CC down. And maybe they're going to steal some golems here. They drop a ward of the wall. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And just go safely to the lane to farm. Teammate going to have to be a little defensive here. They are down about a rough 6,000 gold, so doing their best to at least make sure they don't lose tier 2s.
They're holding on. They've lost one tier 2 turret. It is the top turret, but they got something out of that. They turned the next in and chase. It cost them more in the end, but they still at least got a kill. Now, looking for possible pickoffs. That's been their strength, especially onto Saya.
Yeah.
Saya has been, he's a very easy pickoff target once Vi goes for the ultimate, because he can even use a satchel charge, but LeBlanc still gets in range. Wukong, though.
The Act goes in for a punch damage on the Made in Africa. Cannot find anything else, though. Cyclone is off cooldown, so save that for the next fight. And make sure he doesn't die. He's got that Hex Drinker, got that shield in case any execute damage comes in from, you know, that Kale or the Zyra or Made in Africa on the one. So blue buff gets tossed over. Saya gonna have another one of those, and it should be another just push fest for them.
They could just look for a constant push, constant aggression. They don't need to take too many major risks just because their team, it will work very solidly in a team fight. If there's backup for someone that's caught up, especially with Morgana's Black Shield, that's what gives them that huge one-up in terms of a team fight. Oh, ultimate use top lane just to clear. They're just going for the push.
I was like, wait, that's going to Baron? What? What?
And Saya steals a Baron for full HP.
Yeah, I just did. How much HP does that? 15,000?
That'd be a pretty effective bomb. It doesn't do double damage to neutrals, I believe. So that'd be a lot of AP. That'd be Veigar levels of AP. That'd be Veigar farming up for a good. I'd say probably like
30. No,
like
it'd be
like
long
10
time.
or 12 hours. Like,
Yeah.
It could be a full day.
There was a video of Nasus and Veigar just farming on the mid map, the 1v1 map.
Oh yeah,
the bridge, Death Bridge, not Death Bridge. Oh my God, that's what they call it in the map when it's loaded.
Murder Bridge.
Murder Bridge. There we go.
It's still not the right
it's not
name,
the name, but
that's the name
what they're
that we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they farmed up for like I think a total of like 13 or 16 hours or something crazy like that, and Nasus had like 20,000 stacks. Veigar had the same. Nasus went in and one-shot turrets and then one-shot the Nexus.
The problem that the Farm Fest have is actually like champions eventually stop doing enough damage to minions because the minions don't stop scaling.
No.
So you have these raid boss minions that are just coming at you from both sides that are doing hundreds of damage per auto attack, and like Veigar, he can one-shot them, but they also one-shot him more or less.
Oh, looking for a binding on Lomo Street. Does not end up finding it. This turret's going to take a bunch of extra damage from that one. Theak is waiting the wings. If anything crazy goes on, Porky's still pushing up mid. Does find out that Made in Africa is sitting in that lane, still looking to push Theak. Looking for something sneaky with Saya. They sweep around and look for some wards. There's going to be a 2v1 possibly in that mid lane. Ballbreaker charging up. Cannot find the chain. Does find a signal. He just slices and dices away. Well, California Trolls, though, going to get initiated on here. Get some of his armor shattered away there. Binding not connecting either, but does end up knocking up Made in Africa. Going to get a 3-man knock up on top of that one, but it goes in by himself blindly. Lomo Street gets the kill. The bomb from Saya misses. Binding connects on the Lomo Street in the back line while Porky is in it. Ian is dominating, finds a kill onto Vi. Everybody dying all over the place. That's a 3 for 2 so far. 3 for 3. California Trolls goes to use with a double kill, gets a triple kill. Ian, though, shows up to the fight, gets rooted and blown up. That's an ace.
That's an ace. That's the cleanup. They just split them up too much. Theak won him by himself. The same follow-up happened from Porky. And all right, Theak does a great amount of CC, does good damage, but it doesn't matter if he has no one to back him up. Same thing for Porky. He's tanky as all hell. But if he's by himself, they're just going to kite him out. Could not do anything. That was the 1v4, 1v3 consistently from Seven Wars Lyon, just going in one at a time, and just they got punished incredibly hard for it. Ian did pick up a kill off to the side. That kill not really mattering all that much, though, because he still went in late and tried to go for the 1v3. And LeBlanc, she's no slouch at CCing people and getting that surprise factor to stop that good cleanup.
That was ridiculous. Now Thiak looking to move in onto California Trolls, but he's actually not scared at this point. That damage from the Nashor's Tooth as well as the Needless of the Arch Rod just chunk him down to about half HP, even through his clones. So, wow, all right, California Trolls is Kale build. Kale, not the strongest early. When it comes to late game, though, even with the Lich Bane nerfs, later on when she has more AP, that Lich Bane will come in and it will hurt, unless he's going for like a Frank Fangus build where he goes Hurricane. That's a whole other story.
That could be a thing that happens. Not too sure how I feel about that one, but if we do see Lich Bane come out, like actually right now her burst is really, really powerful. Kale is always a bit of a bursty champion.
Yep.
But once you finish an item like a Death Cap actually, or even the Zonias that actually come for the safer option, you can 3 or 4 shot with a good with a nuke into auto attacks those squishier champions like Ziggs, like Lucian. So she does really high damage. She has to stay in the fray, stay in the fight. But if they can keep kiting out like that, if they don't actually go for the full-on hard 5v5, let's all group up engage, they can just play that kite fight that we saw last fight. And Kale she's essentially a second AD carry that right now will do more damage than an AD carry, but it's the same damage.
Yeah, and we do see a binding connecting in there onto Guess. He's getting a little bit tankier. He's got his random wins, almost his random wins. He's a couple thousand gold for that. And when he does pick it up, he'll be able to go in slow with the Assault and Battery. And pretty strong still with the Brutalizer and the Elder Lizard. Another ward going to get swept out there, taken out, make sure they have control of some of that river. Seven Wars Lyon are like, all right, that was a bad fight. We'll just regroup, consider what we did there wrong, and make sure that we don't mess up like that again. Pink ward, going to spot out that little ward that was placed there, making sure that no counter-adrenaline comes through from Seven Wars Lyon. This next fight is going to be crucial, because if teammate win it, they'll be ahead in gold, feeling much more confident. That Graves build has a Brutalizer.
I mean, it's understandable with Graves.
He's got the...
It could be an early Yomus. It's not common, but he does
should.
need that CDR, does need that penetration. Definitely focus more on the caster side of things. As Kale does kind of play that second AD carry style role. This is, whoever wins this next fight, they're regain control, massive control of the game. Lyon is still scary. You can say that see that it's still grouped up and kind of bully around teammate, but teammate know that they stay spread out. They can get that good defensive fight. It's easy for them to go for the win. Chain disconnect onto the clone, but Thiak will be A-okay.
They can't find anything else off that one. We do see some slowing going in onto Thiak, but he just backs out, shrugs it off. I'm surprised he didn't go for like a Banshee's Veil as like a second item. He picked up the Giant's Belt. You know, his Spectral Wraith, Spectral's Cowl, excuse me, would have been pretty good. But we'll see. Binding comes through. Does land in the California Trolls. He takes a bunch of damage. The Culling Force out. He uses the Divine Intervention onto himself. Bouncing away. Does connect. No ultimate from Ziggs, though, to try to snipe him out. So he's going to go back to base. Say without a blue buff, though, this siege cannot last forever because those mines and the bouncing bombs do start to take a toll.
I mean, even with Yassine, Ziggs will run out of mana. One of the more expensive man champions in the game. It's like him and Soraka when it comes to spam ability. If they know Kale's gone back to base, he could try to punish with this next push, but the thing is, California Trolls backed up. The minion wave hasn't arrived yet. They really can't push out too aggressively. And if they try and dive here, they're diving a Kale, they're diving a Zyra. That is incredibly dangerous in this full 5v5.
All right, so they get the chain in. They get the DFG as well. Double chain on top of that. When Assault and Battery comes through, Lomush finds one, dashes away. This is going to be a really good fight for Team A. They almost take out. Guess he runs into a mine. Oh, no. Playing to get a Minesweeper there. Clicks the wrong box and blows up. So that'll be 2 for 1 in favor of Team 8. They're slowly but surely winning these fights and only down 800 gold at this point now. So it's 700 now, but you know, they're going to push down a turret, maybe look for a lead if they can get that out. They've been down 2 turrets this entire time too.
I mean, like, that was a poor guess from Guess 8 with that retreat. The thing is, they're pushing on forward, but when they go for that dive, Samuel Leon knew they had to back up. So as Thiak by himself underneath a turret trying to disengage, trying to survive the LeBlanc chain, could not do it, of course, as LeBlanc, with that death, could easily do quite a bit of damage to poor Thiak. And Morgana kind of went on her own. Like, it was a great chase, though. That Coley does pick up Lomo Street. So even with that turret going down, we see still a slight lead for Samuel Leon. But this is a rough matchup. Leon have to keep going for, I'd say, more picks and kind of play Wukong up as an abusive ganking champion.
3 culling kills this game.
He's cold with the culling.
All right, so with the Last Whisper too, diverging from the the typical Trinity Force route, going for Bloodthirsters, Phantom Dancer, and Last Whisper. So very interesting you
It's
know,
more sustained
tilt.
damage.
It's a lot more sustained damage from guaranteed crits. It's 50% attack speed, which is better than the Trinity Force. So you get extra culling shots, which isn't bad.
Yeah, I guess he's less focused on the spell waving. Part of it too. I mean, his culling has been incredibly effective this game. His rundown potential has been awesome. So
yeah, Hex
I could
Drinker.
see that working quite well. Hexdrinker, I do like. There's a lot of magic damage, very little physical damage coming out from
Will he
teammates.
go Maw, though, is the question.
Hmm?
Will he go Maw, though, is the
I
question.
mean, Malamar Mortius is still a relatively efficient item. Could work on him. I don't know if I'd like to see that next, though. I think he will need the Infinity Edge or a defensive item pretty soon.
All right, so Draken spawning in 20 seconds. Baron's still an objective feasible for both teams. Teammate have climbed back from a multiple thousand gold deficit. They have now only 300 behind. Looking for this dragon, looking for a catch. They're abusing the fact that the wards have been cleared out from their side, trying to make for a little bit of brush gank. Root comes out, drops the plant to scout, and this pink ward from Ner'zhul, he's going to go in with the black shield on top, but gets the shield bursted. Assault and battery comes through with that damage from the DFG on top of the chain. Made in Africa, going big there, and picking up a kill on Ner'zhul, who wanders in by himself.
I mean, the plan was, with Black Shield, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? They could just burst the Black Shield. It's a LeBlanc. Yak goes in, though. Doesn't pick up the dragon.
That culling comes in from the side, though. He's going to get the knockup on multiple people, but the Yak is going to have to give up his life, and Made in Africa will go on the killing spree on the LeBlanc mid, showing us that his LeBlanc is on point in the later stages of this game. Teammate looking good. California Trolls is split pushing that entire time. Gets a slow on to say, taking out a half HP. He is starting to hurt like crazy. He has a blue pot in his inventory, too.
I gotta ask, like, what is up with Lyon? They're not going for team fights.
I feel like they just got a little too cocky.
Yeah, they got confident. They've gone for a lot more kind of one-off engages. 1v5, 1v2 in this case. Lucian trying to kite this out. Might pick up the kill, actually. Guess goes down.
Ian finds 1 and 2. So that's going to be a double kill for himself. And he's still the hope for this team. He has pretty much most of their kills. He's got 10 kills on himself. So looking strong on that Lucian. If they can keep it protected, keep kiting for him, it should be okay. Bouncing bombs coming in from Seiya, though. He's looking for some chase at Cavalry Trolls, but, he heals, speeds up, and gets out of there.
Oh boy. Okay. That pink ward, not long for this world. Had a good run.
It lasted quite a while, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of in an awkward spot, though. Not able to, I think it was countering at wood where they popped
Who
over
would
the
ward
wall.
this? Oh, sneaky Baron.
Pink
But
ward
that
goes
ward
down.
just faded. That ward just faded in the pit. They found Trolls. He's going to get a knockback in. Shackles come out as well. Stranglethorn going to knock up 4 members of Lyon. That was a clone, though. 3 members, excuse me. And now with California Trolls dead for 40 seconds, they're going to still look for this Baron. A bunch of damage coming in from everybody as it does fall pretty quickly. Loboshki finds a turn in the mid lane. Looking for some poke from Dodo as Ian going to be able to force his flash out. Look for some culling. Does find it hit.
Oh, so close.
Almost the last one. Ardent Blaze with the snipe. Ian looking on point now. Oh, collateral damage and auto attacks coming in from Lomo Street. They're trapped in the pit, though. Looking for the Cyclone. Gets a 3-man knockup, but he's going to end up falling. Slicing, but getting chased down by the Assault and Battery. Lomo Street can get on the wall. Yes, he can. Auto attacks to chase him down on a flash for the wall. A chase from Guess, though, with the Vault Breaker. Can he catch up is the question. Vault Breaker up in a couple seconds. Gonna look for him to dash through the line. There it is. Stun comes out. He slices and dices, but a chase from Lomo Street. That's it to be a 3 for 2 in favor of teammate, but Seven Wars Leon got the Baron.
Yeah. Teammate now ahead in gold by about 800, but still with that Baron buff on, I'd say the key member of Ian. Ian just couldn't get back to the fight. Like, he started moving towards it, but was completely zoned out. Very, very little chance he'd actually survive the engagement had he gone back in.
Drops a ward. Maybe gonna steal it. Goes in the Ardent Blaze. No, alright, it's a smite. Comes in for Guess, so takes it away from Lomo Street. They do find some counter jungling, but they're still now down 3,000 gold. Lyon, have that Baron.
That's a good word. Ward to kill white over the wall. Just not even waste any time. Like, I don't want to rotate there. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this white. It's the lazy man's or the speedster trying to kill that ASAP. But 31 minutes in, gold very close. 1.6k advantage for teammate. That's really tough. The Baron actually culling coming out. Culling is huge.
The bomb as well. The bouncy buff from Seiya connected, and the culling comes from the kill. That's like his 5th kill with the culling there. Looking for a turret, they will find it. Still strong, still baroned up for 2 members. At least Seiya and Ian are the key members to have that one, putting that advantage in their lap. They're going to get smoke screen, though. It's really annoying to attack turrets with that out. And you do get blinded. The screen becomes black. You're like, oh my god, I can't get out of this thing. But now, we're going to see a little bit of assassination attempt from, Made in Africa. Gets the chain on top of it. Silver gets popped out. But they're going to ignore this one. Lobo Street looking for some wave clear with the buckshots. But the Yak gets back out from the harass. And slowly but surely, the poke from Seiya will start adding up, but they're going to back out. They feel a little, unconfident, a little low on HP. Top off and maybe go push it off.
Ian just needs a culling on his own. Like, That damage is crazy. That's the effect of the Phantom Dancer early. His spell weaving is not as good. If he was going for Triforce, procs after auto attack wouldn't be effective, as Graves does not seal the red buff with his ultimate. Collateral damage, just not enough, unfortunately. That's a long-range seal, too. Very, very safe. But Lyon, they're really kind of staying even now. They're not going for those huge plays anymore because they realize that with the Baron now off the map, whoever wins a fight goes for the push. They want to keep their inhibitors alive, and they don't have an easy objective to kind of force the team fight for. So what are they looking for now? Looks like just kind of pushing up lane, see if anybody's out of position, going for the quick pickoffs. The wave clear from teammate actually very effective for Graves. Like Zyra and Graves combined with Buckshot, the smoke screen, and the root from Zyra can clear out waves just quickly enough so that they can't easily be dealt with. Because if not, Kale has to get into auto attack range. LeBlanc would have to do distortion in, which is mildly safe, but if it goes wrong, it goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, you get stunned on a distortion or a satchel charge with the team, you're going to have a real rough time, especially if that fades in time. So now we're looking for the push down bot. Ian with Seiya. Going to be able to get that one down real quick. But Nerzul's backing off, so they push the wave. Leave Ian. Oh, okay, so he's not backing off. They're going to look for a 4-man push here. They're still leaving, Porky to deal with this Kale, who is outscaling him. That turret takes one simple auto attack, and pop it goes down. So now inhibitor turret going to be pressured, possibly in mid or bot.
Porky cannot beat Kale in a 1v1. Kale just has so much more kite, and Porky doesn't have a lot of damage himself, so he can actually dice and go for the burst. He will just lose that exchange. Binding does land on the Graves, but it says from Maple Street dashes out. Zigzag comes out, does not pick up LeBlanc though. I mean, remember essentially the base race, because eventually Kale will be able to force Renekton back. Maybe possibly not kill him, but it's still going to be a lot of turret damage coming out. Renekton, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
I know this position.
It's very, very rough to be put in that position, but he's doing his best. He's going to pop Dominus if he has to. They do find a binding on the Dodeway. Diak goes in, but that's a Zanya's Hourglass right there. There's a Strangle's one to knock him up. Dodeway going to be able to survive. Made in Africa finds the kill, but SJC Guest goes in by himself, while up top the kiting coming in from California Trolls as he enters the base. He's going 1v1, so that makes it a 3v4 down bot, and they do find one in Guess.
So it's now a 3v3. However, if Kale can rotate towards the bot minions, he can actually cut off the supply lines and kind of totally stop the push in a good 40 seconds once the minions stop showing up. Kale, though, has almost taken out the top turret, still has almost full HP and about half mana. If the next wave comes in, Porky's going to lose a turret, the losing inhibitor. Someone's going to have to take the objective now or give up their top inhibitors.
So, clearing up the wave as fast as possible. They're not going to go for it anymore. They do notice that California Trolls is doing a phenomenal job of split pushing. So they're going to be like, all right, guys, we need to back off, take this dragon, go back to base, make sure that California backs off, and maybe prep for another Baron, if anything. But teammate not going to let them get this dragon for free. They're going to look to actually possibly try to steal it, but Ian's damage is blowing that up. They do find it, and a bomb from Seiya will pick up the dragon.
It's more like as they casually walk by a dragon, they'll just kind of pick it up, but a very quick pickup. Like that split push from California Trolls is incredibly efficient. This is kind of why you don't see tanky Renekton all that much, why you see him usually build a little bit of AD. Not versus the Kale matchup, though.
No.
But he can actually duel, he can scale in the mid game. It's not that he will do a lot of damage, he'll do enough to really kind of force people off that extended chase. Of course, California Trolls with his heal and with his high AP, Zonya's, Rabadon's Death Cap, Nash's Tooth is so much damage, so much cooldown, so much HP.
He hasn't fought in a long time, too. So.
Yeah, he's got some gold stashed up. But really, like, Kale can easily heal through Renekton's damage and easily outtrade him.
So, waiting to see when he does go back. He probably is sitting on quite a hefty amount there. Going to finish up White Camp. Maybe he's looking for a straight buy onto a Void or a Lich Bane. What other items would be optimal here?
I mean, you have pretty much the world as your oyster as Kale. You could buy a Phantom Dancer if you want to.
Oh,
It'd still be effective. Sheen, so into the Lich Bane.
Okay.
Would that's also the most sensible build instead of the Phantom Dancer. As much as I want to see more Phantom Dancers. Culling though, it's been huge.
Looking for Guess, and the bomb comes through as well from Ziggs. And they cannot find it. Binding comes out, but a nice fall breaker just takes him in the opposite direction, and he's able to get away. That's a big cooldown down for both of them. That's some major damage output now gone from the side of Seven Wars Lyon. Maybe going to look for a catch on a Baron here. Made in Africa, looking for his own, though. Gonna find Seiya. Gets a chain, gets a bunch of damage, gets Zanya, though. And that play from Seiya. Faker coming out there and just baiting him through. So they take down Made in Africa, and with that, Baron's gonna be spawning, and he'll still be dead.
It's 10 seconds till it comes up. I mean, there's still a lot of potential for a 4v5. We did see Culling already get used. Should be up, though, in just a few seconds. Looks like teammate. This is a great play. They're pushing the mid lane, trying to stop the Baron that way, but Dodeway is caught out.
He pops his Zanyas. And he's pretty much going to be done. Standing with the binding there. Ian is legendary, 15-2 on this Lucian.
I mean, he's just tearing people to bits and pieces. The push is coming out bottom, though. That's a strong push. It's only 2 members, but it's the high
working
DPS.
Oh.
Out comes the ultimate from Ziggs. We'll clear out a lot of those minions, but we already see people just, they're going for the Baron. They can lose their inhibitor as this happens.
Yeah, this is the Baron syndrome that we've talked about a lot. So gonna see 2 members doing that one while they give up an inhibitor. So
I mean,
here's the thing, Baron doesn't last as long as inhibitor respawns. So those minions are gonna be spawning for a very long time.
And with the top inhibitor also exposed now, teammate, they lose control for the next 3 minutes. We can see some Lyon try and go for like a big bottom lane push, but they'll have LeBlanc and Zyra already back up. They'll be able to try and group up and defend under turret, which we've seen with the Zhonya's now finished on Zyra. The Zhonya's not quite finished on LeBlanc, actually might be going towards a QSS or another defensive item, but Zhonya's is finished on kill as well. It's harder for them to die.
This is something
A pistol. I wouldn't mind seeing just a defensive item on LeBlanc because it stops the X initiation. Like, the X been going in.
Banshees, it's Banshees.
That
It's
works
gotta be
too.
Banshees.
Banshees would be efficient.
Yeah.
QSS wouldn't do a whole lot. It would stop the binding, I guess, but not
Banshees
really.
kind of turned into a core item for everybody.
It's a really good item. That 26 cooldown now. It's so efficient. You can't just pop out random skills because even if Piercing Light connects, just back up for a short time compared to the 40-second cooldown it was before.
That was really, really
That was
annoying.
rough. I mean, it needed it at the time. That was an efficient item. But they have to go for the strong push now because if they don't get it, they're going to be under pressure from the super minions.
Okay, so the push comes in. There's waves now. Saya does not have a blue buff, so he supplements that with a blue pot. He's looking strong with those bouncing bombs. He's got his void staff. Got this full build. Got the Zanyas if anything goes awry. So Ian can clear out those waves fast and furious. Binding doesn't end up connecting there onto California Trolls. We haven't really seen too much. He's kind of been just playing on the Lonely Island, split pushing and farming. And with his build now almost complete, he's got the Lich Bane. Gonna see what kind of damage he can output onto these champions. Saya in the front line gets the Black Shield just in case anything goes wrong. And will find some poke onto Made in Africa. Wards over the wall, pink wards obviously coming out. Ardent Blaze does connect, Binding connects as well. Cannot find anything else, just keep the poke coming, but he'll just heal and showing it off.
I mean, that poke is not going to mean a whole lot unless it's laying onto multiple members, core members, just because of Kale's healing and Kale's sustain. This is the extended push, though. They're not going for that quick burst down. They're looking to get someone eventually in range to be bursted down, maybe with initiation from Yak. But so much defense from Kale's ultimate, so many Zhonyas makes it such a difficult dive.
Ooh, solid poke attempt from Made in Africa there, but only finds the signal, no chain to connect. Saya still running low on mana here, trying to poke out as much as possible, but cannot find what he wants to hit there. Trying to go for a really predictable angle down that mid turret, but they back out. Baron still ticking away on them. And Dragon's up in a minute. Maybe gonna look for Skillin right here or a possible bait, Pink Ward. They know that no one can find it.
It's Jungle Warrior. They're looking for that fight, looking for that bait.
Could be risky from both sides. They do find Fiak there. DFG 2 chains. There's the Black Shield to actually save him just barely. Guess, gonna go in with the Vault Breaker. Can he find the Assault Battery? A flash of a wall comes in from Thiak. He's able to survive just barely with that one. Saya looking for some harass and some zoning to keep them off of his teammates. The culling comes out, doing a bunch of damage to the Guest there, chunking him down to about a third of his life, and he'll be forced to back on out of that one. Thiak, he has to be saying thank you to Ner'zhul right there.
Thank you, Ner'zhul. That Black Shield, just enough HP. Flash is blown on him. That is the big cooldown used, but I mean, he still has everything up now. Luckily, Vi could not get the ultimate off in time. We do see the strong push out from teammate, though. Morgana going to be back in base in a few seconds, so coming late to the fight, they'll take this turret. No problem whatsoever. And they'll just back on out. They don't need to rush anything. They're waiting for the Baron to take out. They might want to go ahead heal back up, back to full HP as Vi did get taken relatively low. And Kale's healing, not that powerful to heal people up all the way to full. Baron up, not up for a few minutes either, so either play for the bait themselves. Oh, they do play for the bait. They do pop out that trinket. They have been spotted by a ward. We do see
Ian.
Black Shield on Ian.
He almost got chained up there. Thiak and Porky all coming around. At this point, Ner'zhul looking for Binding, cannot find it. They do drop the bomb. That hits 5! A huge bomb to come in there. That was a 4-man ultimate from Thiak, going big with this one. Culling comes out from the side. Gonna be looking for Zyra for the kill. There is the Divine Intervention on a Lomo Street, but Azania is gonna counter that one out from Saya. And they do go huge there. 4 for 1. The Axel was huge. Saya's ult hitting 5. Thiak hitting 4. The Culling coming out, cleaning up some of them. Ian going big. And that should smell at least like 2 inhibitors or possibly game.
It's 40 seconds until Zyra comes back up. There's just no respawn time. They should be able to finish this off. That was fantastic. That ultimate from Seiya was huge, hitting all members, and the Thiak ultimate, he went for the flank. That is risky, that is dangerous. If it doesn't work out, Wukong dies on his own, sets nothing up. But he got it. He got that play. He got the payoff. 4 members being blown to bits, to pieces. California told being Inition does not have a whole lot to keep himself alive. Pops the ultimate, but it's not going to do all that much.
Oh, Zanya's. Swag Zanya's.
He stays alive, but
the culling comes
there
out.
we go.
All right, and bombs for the ace, and that should sign that is game. And there go the Nexus turrets. They're going to go down with the Nexus, and 7 Wars Lyon. The Axe, Wukong, Seiya Ziggs, looking pretty good.
They had some iffy moments. It wasn't the cleanest game for
Yeah.
them, but they made the comeback. They made the huge play when it mattered. I mean, getting 4 pickoffs like that for one late game, even if there'd been a second turret line, they still could have pushed for the win with that. That was incredibly solid, incredibly well played towards the end. That is the delayed Wombo combo. The Wombo came, then a few seconds later, the combo finally finished with that Thiak ultimate.
So, if you ever want to see that play again, you can check out youtube.com/NACL Esports. It'll be uploaded to there. You can find that. That was beautiful to come out from the side of 7 Wars Lyon. Teammate were mounting a very magnificent comeback, but one decisive fight takes it. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll have LMQ, Tiansu, iBuyPower taking on Complexity Black. So that's another immense game for you guys to see. So, we'll see you after the break.